Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to truly.pakistan.blog YouTube channel. In today's lesson, we are going to discuss the unit fishing. So let's start. First of all, let's define what is aquaculture. It is basically the breeding and keeping of fish in fish farms, fish ponds, rivers, lakes, or even dams. Since dams have large reservoirs which can be utilized for keeping and rearing fish. When we look at fishing as a system, it has three basics in it: inputs, processes, and outputs. For inputs, we have water bodies, labor, capital, handmade nets, wooden boats, sailing boats, ice baskets, gill netters, chillers, mechanical boats, cans, salts, or vaccines. There can be more inputs required for a fishing industry. The processes which involve in this industry are catching, feeding, vaccination, refrigeration, gutting, canning, breeding, and then salting. These are written collectively. The freshwater fish and the dried fish are processed in different methods. We will discuss them in future lessons. The output of the fishing system is generally fish and the fish-based products. Now let's have a look at inland fishing. Inland fishing is practiced in man-made farms, lakes, dams, barrages, or rivers. It is breeding of fish types which can live in fresh waters. All the areas which are inland and away from the coastal areas fall into this category. Now let's have a look at a question. Locate where inland fishing is practiced. This question can be generally 3 or 4 mark length. You should be discussing that inland fishing is practiced in rivers such as Indus, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Sutlej, Kabul, or Swat, etc. Obviously, in your answer, you will not write all of these rivers. You will just use any 1 or 2 maximum examples from this list. Inland fishing is practiced in fish farms which are man-made. It can be practiced in reservoirs of Mangla and Tarbela dams or Varsak Dam. Lakes, for example, Haleji Lake, Manchar Lake in Sindh, Saiful Malook in North, Uchali, Kabeki, and Kalar Kahar Lake in Potwar Plateau. These are the lakes which you can mention. You should also learn the names of these lakes because they are included in the syllabus. However, you are not required to label them on a map, but you should know the names. Fishing is also practiced in doabs of Sindh Sagar doab such as Rachna doab, Bari doab, or Chach doab. In Balochistan, fishing is only practiced along the coastal areas in the fishing villages of Sonmiani, Ormara, Pasni, Gawadar, and Jivani. Now, the other side of fishing includes marine fishing. Marine fishing is practiced in sea waters along with near Port Qasim or Sindh coast and along Makran coast on the ports of Sonmiani, Ormara, Pasni, Gawadar, and Jivani. Fish types which survive in sea waters are included in it, and you have a question about naming the freshwater and marine water fish types as well. So you should learn the names of those 2 types of fish. Now let's have a look at the features of marine fishing for the command word describe. Marine fishing can be practiced for local market or international market. Definitely we export fish as well and earn 6% of the GDP in Pakistan from fish exports. It is practiced in sea waters of Makran or Sindh coast. However, the bigger catch is towards Sindh coast because this port is more developed here at Port Qasim. Marine fishing is both for commercial and subsistence purposes. It has modern as well as traditional methods which are practiced here along the whole coastline of Pakistan. It requires relatively less labor as compared to inland fishing, but it produces more catch as compared to inland fishing. Now here you can see the maps of fishing ports in Pakistan. To learn the locations of the fishing ports in Pakistan, one easy acronym which you can use is KSOPGNJ. This will help you in memorizing the locations. It goes from east to west or from right to left. You can make your own acronym from left to right and it would change the order. Obviously, it would become JGPOSK. I leave it up to you how you want to memorize it, but it makes things really easier. So in this acronym, K stands for Karachi, S for Sonmiani, O for Ormara, P for Pasni, G for Gowada, and J for Jeevani. Learn it like this, and I hope this is going to help you a lot. Specifically in maps, try this trick. Now let's have a look at the features of subsistence fishing. Subsistence fishing is practiced in both inland and marine fishing. It can have large or small scale businesses. In subsistence fishing, fish is mostly used for home or the family purposes. So whatever the catch is, it is distributed among the family members. If there are different members of the family, they will use it for consumption. They don't sell it. The selling can only happen if there is an excessive catch sometimes. There is less amount of capital which is required and invested into subsistence fishing. The catch amount is less in some kilograms, and sometimes on unlucky days there can be no catch as well. In traditional method, sailing or wooden boats are used. Ice baskets are used to preserve the fish, and mostly family members go together for hunting the fish. The labor is family based. They don't hire any labor. The knowledge is transferred from father to son, and they use mostly hand woven nets which the father teaches the children in the family. Now let's have a look at the features of commercial fishing, which are totally different from subsistence. Just like subsistence fishing, commercial fishing is also practiced both in inland and marine fishing, and it can be in different locations of Pakistan. In commercial fishing, fish is usually caught for sales and profit. So whatever the catch amount is, it is going to be sold and not consumed by the fishermen. The capital involved in this type of fishing is very high because the labor is trained and the boats are highly equipped. The fishermen can go 50 to 60 kilometers offshore in deep sea. The amount of output is very high and it is in tons. These fishermen use modern methods with engines, well-equipped boats, gill netters, skilled labor. Chillers are installed or available on board, and they use mechanized nylon nets which are huge in size so that the catch can be caught. They also use cranes to pull in large bulk of fish on the boat. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon.